Hello, eCom Power Summit. I hope you've been having an amazing time at this incredible conference. My name is Scott Cunningham. Thanks for tuning into my session today. We're going to switch gears a little bit. We know we've been talking a lot about the future opportunity with Walmart Marketplace. We've heard from other speakers talking about selling on Amazon. I'm going to be talking to you about another e-commerce platform that I'm sure everybody's heard of. We're going to talk about selling on Shopify. But the good news is most of the successful entrepreneurs and e-commerce store owners that I've had the great pleasure of working with over the years, they don't just sell on one platform. Maybe they get success with Shopify and they add on Amazon. Maybe they have a successful Amazon store and they add on Shopify. The future supports an omni-channel approach. So whether you are just getting started with Shopify or you're already doing sales on Shopify, if you care about selling more on Shopify, you're in the right place. Because what I'm going to be specifically sharing with you today is our award-winning 5-ingredient offer stack formula that we use to help generate over $150 million in sales for Shopify stores last year alone. And what it really is a product positioning formula. So I'm going to help you improve the way you present your products to your customers to get more people saying yes and buying. And once you understand that formula, I'm going to give you some prompts at the end of the session today that you could use to supercharge your efforts with ChatGPT. Like I said, if you care about selling in Shopify, you're in the right place. Let's hop right into it. So if you're a Shopify store owner, you kind of need to always be acquiring customers. It's not the same as selling on Walmart and Amazon where there's a built-in marketplace. You always need to have some sort of sales channel that is acquiring customers for you. So you could be advertising on Facebook or YouTube or whatever it is. You kind of always need to be acquiring customers with a channel. But the truth is in the world, there's a great problem happening right now. The cost to get a customer when we're advertising, it's going up. So everybody who would be advertising would know this. And the greater problem is that everybody thinks that the thing that's going to solve their sales problem and lower their acquisition costs is a new channel. So they say to me, I've had like probably 100 businesses approach me in the last year or 2 years and say, Scott, Facebook no longer works for my business. So they go try TikTok and that doesn't work. So they try Google, that doesn't work. They try Pinterest, Snapchat, and none of these channels seem to be working. And I think that's a scary thing to become a channel chaser. And let's just pause for a sec. If anybody's watching this right now and you've been advertising, raise your hand, pop a comment in here. Raise your hand if you felt stuck doing this. It's not fun. It's kind of a phenomenon that's been happening across the world. And you kind of feel like this big old cow, right? You feel like this big old cow where you invest so many resources and labor and team members and you're stuck on this fence and you don't know what to do. But I'm here to share some good news because we have a path forward. Okay. I don't care how much the acquisition cost is going up because I know that we can still acquire customers profitably if we focus on our customer. So if we want to win their attention and ultimately win the sale, we need to dial in who the customer is. I'm talking about the avatar, what keeps them up at night, their pain points, their desires. And if we can understand our customer better, that's how we're going to win their attention and ultimately get the sale. Okay. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. A little bit about me. I've been working with Shopify stores for over 10 years. I'm the co-founder of Merchant Mastery. We've helped over 1,000 early stage Shopify stores get their campaigns up and running. And what we ultimately aim to achieve there is help stores get to their first $100,000 month. We've had some amazing members in our community reach that. And last year we were the 3rd best-selling program on Thinkific and the 1st in the e-commerce category. Pretty proud about that because we're changing lives and I've been making friendships and watching businesses grow. It's been a really good time. In addition to that, I'm the founder of an agency, Socialite, founded this business over 10 years ago, and we are a Shopify partner sales agency. So we specifically help more mature, established Shopify stores get to their first $1 million month. Last year, our team was awarded the 2022 Digital Marketer Agency of the Year through digitalmarketer.com. So we do some pretty good work over there. We're one of a few Klaviyo Platinum partners in the world. We have about 60 to 70 clients and over 35 staff. Okay, so that's a little bit about me, but just remember this one thing. I go miles deep on Shopify. Both these businesses only help Shopify merchants, and I'm going to be sharing with you today some of those learnings over that past decade to really help you unlock your sales potential as well. Okay, but the truth is, to have a best-selling course and an award-winning agency, that's 2 pretty great achievements. The truth is you need to help stores get consistent results time and time again. And the good news is, I know that we were able to do that. It is really rewarding for that to happen because our merchants share this with us all the time. For example, Samantha sharing with us that she just hit her $50,000 month for the first time ever. Of course, I was celebrating that, but I'm seeing this everywhere. Claire, just in August, she had a $91,000 month. That was her best month ever, best year ever, 27.2 times what they did last August. Okay. Francesca, just a week ago or so, she shared this in our community. She said, 100K month just happened. I can't believe I'm writing this. In our first meeting, Scott told us we would hit 100K month by the end of 2023. Neither of us believed him, but not only was he right, we did it in September, not even during the busy months in November and December. Okay, pretty cool. Val is doing $4,000 days right now. Okay, why am I showing you this? Because to have a best-selling course, to have an award-winning agency, you have to have merchants get results time and time again. And how are they doing that, you may ask? Well, that's exactly what we're here to talk about today. We got the secret formula. That's how we're generating all these sales. That's how we're helping all these merchants break through their sales ceiling. And I'm going to be sharing it with you today. And I can guarantee you that if you take notes and you implement this stuff in the real world, you will have a lift on your sales. That's a bold promise, but I believe it because I've been doing it for a long time and I've seen it work. So take notes and implement. All right. So I'm going to be sharing this 5-part positioning formula so you can make your products irresistibly attractive to customers and ultimately generate more sales. But remember this, you can use this formula anywhere that you present your products. It could be used on your website, on your homepage, product pages, collection pages, in your emails, in your ads. You could use it to reach out to influencers. You can use it to reach out to suppliers. Anywhere that you use this formula, you're going to get more people saying yes. Okay, so let's hop right into it. I'm going to show you this 5-ingredient, we call it an offer stack formula that you're going to be able to use on all your channels to get more customers saying yes. Okay, and the way I'm going to demonstrate this is show you a case study. This is a real world business who I met in the real world, and they're called Reed's Italian Dressing. Now, the key to growing on Shopify is that you first need to have proof of concept. You need validation that people actually like what you're selling. It's a really, really important piece of this puzzle because as long as I know that there's customers who love your stuff, then I know that we can get up and running on Shopify and we can find more people like your existing customer base who loves you. All right. So when I met Reed's Italian Dressing, they were oozing with proof of concept. I met one of the owners, Leslie, and she said, Scott, I get text messages from customers who are like, hey, look at this. I snuck in your Italian dressing into Olive Garden. So I knew that she had all these raving fans. And I was like, okay, great. We're going to go through this process. We're going to show you the formula. We're going to generate some sales. So specifically, when we met them, they were doing like less than $1,000 a month. We helped them to get to $60K a month in 6 months with this positioning formula that I'm sharing with you today. They literally had a Microsoft Word looking website that was producing less than $1,000 per month. And we offer stacked everything. Got that whole formula working, and now they're producing over $60,000 a month in only 6 months. Does that sound pretty cool? I hope so. I'm going to show you how to do it so you can do that for your store as well. Okay, so let's talk about offer stack ingredient number 1. This is the hook. And we're going to create hooks with one of my favorite tools. It's a before and after grid. Now, the purpose of a hook is to win the customer's attention. You don't necessarily reveal what you do as a business, but you want to read your customer's mind. Tap into their pain points, their desires, okay? Speak to the things that they want to change in their life. And if we can do that, that's the first step in our 5-part process. All right, so let's take a look at this before and after grid. To do the before and after grid, you need to first pick an avatar. For Reed's Italian Dressing, this is their favorite type of avatar. It's Steakhouse Sam. It's the guy that loves the steakhouses. He loves the barbecue. He wants to be the backyard steakhouse guy. He wants to be the undisputed king of the barbecue. All right, so pick your avatar, give that person a familiar, funny, easy to remember name, Steakhouse Sam. All right, and then the before and after grid itself, you could see that there's 5 different rows here. And what we're going to do is we're going to paint a picture. What was life like before buying Reed's Italian Dressing versus what life is like now after buying Reed's Italian Dressing. And as we go through the 5 rows, we get deeper and deeper with the motive, okay? So you're going to see as we walk through, before Steakhouse Sam bought Reed's Italian Dressing, what did he have? So here you would list what is the alternate product your customer is using if they're not using your product, and how terrible is that situation because of that. So you would list here, okay, so what did Steakhouse Sam have before? Well, Sam has a decent collection of store-bought, run-of-the-mill barbecue sauces and seasonings. Nothing special. He just has some kind of plain old bland stuff. How does that make your avatar feel? How does Steakhouse Sam feel when he has run-of-the-mill sauces and seasonings? Well, he feels uninspired by the limited flavor profiles he can create with his current ingredients. He's not inspired to be this undisputed king. So how does that impact his average day? Well, he spends time researching recipes online to spice up his barbecue, but he's left unsatisfied. He hasn't solved it. He's hosting less people, all because he didn't buy the Italian dressing. And how does that impact his status? The status is what people whisper about you when you're not around. Okay, so it's your positive or negative standing compared to your peers, family, coworkers, and what they would say about you when you're not around. Okay, among his friends, Sam is a good cook, but he's not yet the undisputed king of the barbecue pit. So they leave his barbecue saying, yeah, that was pretty good. I think that was all right. That's pretty average. And the good versus evil, with this one here, everybody that sells a product on Shopify or elsewhere, you always have a greater evil in the world that your product is helping overcome. Okay, so with Steakhouse Sam, if he buys the Italian dressing, he's going to help overcome some evil in the world. If he doesn't buy the Italian dressing, he's going to succumb to the evil in the world. Okay, so it's kind of like if your customer doesn't buy your product, what's the worst case scenario that is going to happen to them as a result? So with Sam, if he doesn't buy the Italian dressing, he faces the evil of monotony, struggling to break free from the ordinary barbecue flavors. And this impacts the rest of his life. He succumbs to monotony across the board. His life gets kind of boring and bland as a result. All because he didn't buy Italian dressing. Yes. And now he got smarter. Okay? He bought the Italian dressing. Now he's going to transform to this amazing aspirational state. So what is his life like now that he bought the Italian dressing? Well, now he has a versatile, authentic Italian dressing and marinated that he can add to his barbecue arsenal. It makes him feel excited and creative. He's got this new marinade that brings a unique zing to his grills. His average day now, he spends his day experimenting with the Italian dressing and marinade. He's elevating his barbecue to new heights. He's having more people over. He's hosting. And what are people saying about him now? He's become the go-to grill master in his circle, revered for his Italian-infused barbecue specialties. Has he overcome the evil in the world? Yeah, he triumphs over culinary monotony. He's saving the barbecue cookouts from the evil of blandness with this new Italian dressing and marinade. It's making the rest of his life exciting. And he's overcoming all that monotony and blandness. Okay, so this is the exercise you go through for your avatar. What is life like before they buy the product, and what is it like after? Now, the good news is this isn't just an exercise we're going to do and never use. We're literally going to pull hooks right out of these boxes to use in our 5-part offer stack formula. Okay, so here's an example. We pulled 3 hooks. Hook number 1, the best Italian dressing you've ever tasted. This came right out of the have box in the average, or the have box in the after state. Hook 2, ready to impress your guests with a secret ingredient. That came right out of the status box. This one, add a burst of flavors to your dinners, comes right out of the average day. So we brainstorm the before and after. We pull hooks from each of those boxes. We could have pulled 10 hooks from each of those boxes. We just chose 3. Okay. And to show you what it looks like, remember with this offer stack formula, as a reminder, we are going to be using this formula anywhere you present your products, in your ads, on your homepage, in your emails. And right now I'm showing you examples of where we are using the hook. I'm not showing you the rest of the copy. That's the rest of the formula that we're going to get into later. But right now I'm showing you the hooks. So if we look at this Facebook ad, we got it right there. Want to add a burst of flavor to your dinner, right? We got that right out of the average day. Right on the homepage of the website, best Italian dressing and marinade you've ever tasted. Okay, we got a hook right there. That came right out of the have. Ready to impress your guests with a secret ingredient. We got that right on the product page and above the name of the product. So that's what we're going to be doing. You're going to be using these hooks everywhere. I'll show you more as we continue on. But remember, the purpose of the hook is to stop your customer in their tracks. It's kind of like stop them from scrolling. They were just minding their business on Facebook. You started hammering on a pain point or a desire, and they get rattled. They're like, whoa, this business is reading my mind. And you win their attention, but that comes with responsibility because now they're going to turn into a detective and they're going to say, how did you know that about me? And they're going to interrogate you. Okay. And they're specifically going to put you through 4 lines of questioning. And because we know what those lines of questioning are, we're going to preempt those questions in our offer stack formula. And we call this the TBIF value attributes. Okay. So understanding your customer's line of questioning. Remember, the customer just saw a hook. Okay. It said, impress your guests at your next barbecue cookout. And they're going to be like, wow, I have that problem right now. I want to impress my guests, but they have no idea what it is we sell. So what do you think the first question that they're going to ask? It's like, yeah, you got my attention. I want to have better barbecues. The first thing that they might ask is, how? How do you solve that? How do you make the barbecue better? So they might ask, how can this product or service improve my life? And we answer this with what we call function attributes. It's literally how the product works, the features, and the benefits. So how do I use it? And how does it make my life better? What is the use case? All right. And from there, with the hook, it was like, yeah, you got my attention. I want a better barbecue. Oh, I get how you do it. You have this marinade and this Italian dressing, and this is how you use it. That's cool. What's the next question they might ask? They might say, okay, you got my attention. I get how it works, but do I like the company selling it? Right? They might say, do I like the brand? And we address this line of questioning with what we call brand attributes. And with brand attributes, it's about triggering instant likability or relatability. So you want your customer to see themselves in the narrative, in the stories you tell. You want them to believe in your mission, support your cause, believe in your vision, align with your values. And if we can achieve that, they're going to like you right away. But so far it was, you got my attention with the hook. I do want to have a better barbecue. I get how it works with the Italian dressing. And I like this company because they're small business and they're American made. Okay. But then they're like, okay, you got my attention. I get how it works. I like the company. But the next thing they might ask is, do other people vouch for this product? So we address this with what we call influence attributes. They're literally asking, is this company legit? And we leverage third-party endorsements, customer testimonials, user-generated content, social proof, magazines you were featured in, certificates, awards, how many times you've sold out of your product. And if it adds up, they're going to be like, okay, got my attention. I like how it works. You got my attention. I get how it works with those function attributes. Love the company because of those brand attributes. And people are saying amazing things. The last question that they're going to ask is, based on everything I know about the product and the brand in this moment, does the perceived value of what I'm getting outweigh the price? And that's the whole purpose of this offer stack formula. We're trying to stack so much perceived value in what you're selling that it's a no-brainer for the customer to purchase. And with this last one, we don't want to leave it to chance. We want to add an incentive or take away risk. And we do this with what we call transaction attributes. Okay, so this could be like a offer. It could be a discount. It could be a guarantee. It could be a free exchange. And I'm going to show you some examples of how these all work in a sec. But to remember them, we got an acronym, TBIF. TBIF. Think Buddha, it's Friday. That's actually not what it stands for. It's transaction, brand, influence, and function. Let's take a look at some examples. So now we're looking at Reed's Italian Dressing on their website. You could see that they have all these transaction attributes, right? They got free shipping nationwide on orders over $40. They got a money back guarantee. They got a sample pack bundle. They got a buy now, pay later option where customers can pay in installments. Okay. They got a rewards program. They got 10% off over here. So lots of different transaction attributes. And like I said, these could be things like, over here I got some more examples. It could be like a gift with purchase, welcome offer, flash sale. Some of these next examples I like because you can increase the average order value and get more out of each customer, is bundles, threshold rewards. You could do cross sells, upsells, VIP sales, loyalty programs, or it's things like maybe it's no discount and it's just scarcity or urgency, giving them a reason to buy because there's a limited edition, limited supply, limited inventory, or urgency, limited time. We use scarcity and urgency all the time for Black Friday sales. It could be your return policy to take away risk. It could be your guarantee. Or sometimes if you sell something that's really high ticket, it's just pricing justification. Like if you sell a $300 hoodie, you might say in your marketing, hey, we never discount, but we manufacture this way, highest quality. This shirt's going to last you 6 years versus replacing your hoodie every 3 months. So you save money in the long run, right? These are all examples of taking away risk or adding an incentive so customers act now. Okay, let's look at some brand attribute examples. We're still on Reed's Italian Dressing's website. And like I said, some of my favorite brand attributes are like the founder story. In the Shopify space, people buy from product category nerds, product category thought leaders, people who know their stuff. So they want to hear a founder story. They want to hear that you started this business to solve this great problem in the world, and you climbed the highest mountain, you swam the deepest ocean to solve this, and you almost drowned, and you dragged yourself back up, and you almost drowned again, but then you got back up, you solved it, you made it better for a few customers, now you're bringing it to the whole world, okay? People can get behind that. But in addition, it could be like your values, your vision, your mission, the causes you support, a relatable brand narrative. And if we look at Reed's Italian Dressing, we could see they got a founder story. Here's who we are. You know, it was founded by Fred Reed back in the 70s. And this was the big mission that he wanted to do, right? They show the different causes they support. They support the Tunnel to Towers Foundation that helps 9/11 survivors and their families. Okay, so if people align with that founder story or these cause, instant likability and relatability. Okay, so they got the brand attributes there. Now we're looking at influence attributes. We're leveraging third-party endorsements. So we got a big thing here that says, as seen in all these retail locations across Oklahoma, Colorado, Texas, we got all these customer reviews, customer testimonials. So we're stacking all these third-party endorsements. It could even be how long you've been in business. That implies that customers have stuck around with you for a long time. Okay, so it could also be things like influencers. We got reviews in there, user-generated content, social proof, endorsements. It could be like magazines you were featured in, awards you received. It could be how many times your product sold out, how many people follow you, all this kind of stuff to leverage third-party endorsements. Next, we got function attributes. And this one is pretty straightforward. It's how you use the product to make your customer's life better. So we basically say, hey, it's perfect for marinating meat, pickling veggies, making dips. Okay, explains how the product works, how you store it, and giving people information, showing images like here's how you can mix it up with all these ingredients. All right. And it's basically, usually it's a specific function-based need. Like I got to have a better barbecue. I'm going to need some dressing. And that's usually what a function attribute addresses. All right. Now, here's what you would do. In the same way that we created the before and after grid and we pulled a few hooks, we want to brainstorm as many TBIF value attributes as we can. We're not creating any content yet. We're just brainstorming. What transaction attributes could we consider? What brand, influence, and function, right? Transaction, they had free shipping over $40, 30-day money-back guarantee. They had a welcome offer. Brand attributes, we talked about a founder story. They support the Tunnel to Tower Foundation, made in the USA, family-owned and operated. Influence attributes, they got 600 five-star reviews. We got a good testimonial. It's carried in all these grocery stores. Right? Function attributes. You can use it for marinating meat, pickling veggies. It's made with the spices you already have in your pantry. We give a marinade tip. Okay? So the thing you need to do right now is you did the before and after grid, you pulled the hooks. Now you just need to brainstorm as many TBAF value attributes as you can because we're going to piece them together shortly. But for now, just come up with as many as you can. Okay? Because we're going to put these all together in our 5-ingredient offer stack formula. We're going to combine the hook and our TBIF value attributes. And I often say it's kind of like making an omelet, right? And the purpose is we don't know which combination of ingredients will resonate with your customer the most. So what we're going to do is we're going to create lots of omelets. We're going to serve them to our customer and find the fan favorite. So get your apron on, get out the frying pan, and one day you might serve to your customer tomato, green peppers, and cheese. The next day it's mushroom, parsley, and just egg. And then the other day it's going to be sausage, bacon, onion, mushroom. And we're just making all these omelets, serving them up to our customer to find the fan favorite. That's how we improve our sales positioning, is always challenging ourselves to make a better omelet, serving it to our customers to find that fan favorite. Okay, so it looks like this. You would come up with a spreadsheet like this, and we just plug in our hooks, plug in different function, brand, and influence and transaction attributes. Okay, so you can see offer stack 1, 2, 3. Let's look at one of these. We want them to be wildly different from the next. Offer stack 2, we have that hook ready to impress your guests with a secret ingredient. Function, it's made with spices you probably have in your pantry. Brand, we also support this foundation. Here's a testimonial for our influence attribute. And then transaction, we mentioned a 30-day money-back guarantee. Okay, so this becomes our sales pitch. This is how we are presenting our products to our customer. And what we want to know is which offer stack leads to the most customers saying yes. Okay. And some things to think about when you're creating your offer stack, it doesn't need to be in order, and you don't always need to use all 5 ingredients. When I was showing examples of Reed's Italian Dressing's website, you'll always use all 5 ingredients. You'll have hooks, brand, function, influence, transaction on the homepage, on the product page, on the collection page. But when we send out ads and emails, we don't always use all 5 ingredients. But you want to be really intentional and pay attention to what you're using. Because you could look at an ad that's not performing and say, wow, well, that didn't work. Let's use more influence attributes. Or wow, that didn't work. Let's use more brand attributes. It's a mix and match process where we test different variations to validate which positioning is clicking with your customers the most. Okay. And the way that we validate that and confirm it is through advertising. So we'll make multiple offer stacks, AKA multiple omelets. We'll put a small budget behind all of them, serve them to our customers to figure out which one people are saying yes to the most. And then once we learn which omelet, which offer stack works, then we apply that messaging everywhere else. We add it to our homepage, product page, emails, and we know that it worked on ads, so we can assume it's going to work elsewhere as well. Okay. Now we got the formula. Now we're going to offer stack all of our channels. So we looked at the website before, and you could see here we got a hook right there at the top, the best Italian dressing you've ever tasted. Influence as seen in all these locations. Brand, we talked about the founder story. Influence over here, we got 600 plus 5-star reviews. Transaction attributes, we talk about free shipping, threshold, 10% off for welcome offer, and money back guarantee. Transactional attribute, we talked about the bundle and the buy now, pay later. Function, we have FAQs, the ingredients, how to store it. And then influence, we got social proof and reviews. Okay, so you could see we brainstormed all the ingredients. Now we're just stacking the homepage. We're also going to stack the product page. Hook, we got it right there above the product name, ready to experience the ultimate flavor explosion. We got transaction attributes. We talk about the bundle again, the buy now, pay later option. Function, we talk about the ingredients, the use cases. Transaction attributes, we have free shipping, money back guarantee. The brand attributes, we talk about the founder story. Influence attributes, we're stacking all of those testimonials. Okay, so this is a pretty fun thing to do, because if you brainstorm hooks and your TBIF value attributes, now you just got to mix them together, and it becomes like really easy to come up with content when you follow the formula. Alrighty, and we're not going to stop at the website. Let's look at an example of an email. We got transaction attribute right in there, free shipping on orders over $40. We got a hook right in this graphic, the excuse to eat in tonight, right? We got function. We talk about flavorful Italian dressing. Transaction attributes, we got a welcome offer, money back guarantee. Brand attributes, supporting the foundation. Influence attributes, we got those 5-star reviews mentioned again, right? We're just offer stacking all of the places where we present our products. And we don't stop at email. We're going to do it with ads as well, right? Hook, right at the top. Remember, we looked at this earlier. Want to add a burst of flavor to your dinners? Then we got function. We talk about quick and easy dinners that you can make. We got influence attributes. We're plugging those 600 5-star reviews. We got brand attributes. It's from the owner video. We got transaction attributes, free shipping mentioned down here. Okay. And this is what we do now, right? So you got the formula. You see how we're going to offer stack the website, emails, and ads. But like I said earlier, we're going to go validate through advertising which offer stack is leading to the most sales. So we're going to find the best combination of copy, creative, and audience. But you want to make sure when you go to advertise that the offer stacks that you test are wildly different from each other. We want to expand our mind and broaden our horizon to test wildly different omelets to see which ones resonate with our customers the most. I've been doing this a long time, and I could tell you right now, anytime I run an ad experiment, I come up with my omelets, my different offer stacks, and I always predict which one will win, and I'm almost always wrong. So you got to kind of try things you haven't tried before. But let's look at these ads. They're wildly different. This one on the left leads a lot into brand. It talks about the founder story. It talks about influence, how they're found in 800 grocery stores. It talks about function, no need to refrigerate, low sugar, gluten-free, dairy-free. This here where it says all ingredients from the USA, that's actually a brand attribute, but the other 4 are function. Down here, right in the headline, we got free shipping over 40. We got a hook, best Italian dressing you've ever tasted. So when you go to create ads and you have this formula, you just stack them. The next one's going to look wildly different from the first. This one, it's like a hook. You have to try the best Italian dressing and marinade in the US. Transaction attributes. We got 100% satisfaction guarantee, 10% off your first order, free shipping on orders over 40. And then we finish with a brand attribute, made in Borger, Texas since 1971. We got a function attribute right here. It's a testimonial. It says, love this dressing, and it explains how I use it. So I've used it with this salad. This is what I did. Influence attribute down here, we got the 5-star reviews. And then with this last one over here, you can see at the top, they got a hook. Want to add a burst of flavor to your dinners. We got brand attributes, made in the US. Function attributes, it talks about quick and easy. We got influence attribute, that's user-generated content. And we got a transaction attribute talking about 10% off your first order. Okay, so that's what you do. You come up with these offer stacks. You put a small budget behind many of them, and we're going to test which one's the winner. When we find a winner, we come up with different versions of that one and see if we can do better. And when we finally find the best version of what we do, the best omelet that's resonating the most, we scale it. We keep adding more and more budget to it as long as we can maintain a return. Right? So that's what happened. As I mentioned, we started this process with them in September. By March 2023, in a 6-month period, they got all the way to nearly $60,000 a month. It's a rinse and repeat process that you could do yourself. So you have the formula, and now that you're a master of the formula that I just taught you here today, I'm going to show you how to offer stack with ChatGPT. It's a 3-step process. So step 1, the first thing that we need to do is we got to create a hook. That was the first ingredient of the formula. And hooks are all about your customer. They're not about you, the business. They're all about the customer and the pain points and the desires. So we need to input prompts into ChatGPT that are all about your avatar if we want to use ChatGPT to create hooks. All right. So the first thing that you would do, I'm going to share these prompts with you at the end. I'll tell you how to get them, but you need to answer 4 questions. Okay. And for Reed's Italian dressing, we list out what is the name of the avatar, Steakhouse Sam. What's one activity Sam does directly with the product? Grilling meat at a Southern barbecue cookout. 3 activities he does that are related to the product: watching their favorite American football team, attending tailgate parties, visiting local markets and trade shows. 2 values they have: quick and easy, delicious meal that creates a steakhouse vibe, and family and their American roots. They love creating and welcoming an atmosphere that encourages people to come together. Okay, so this is what you would need to do. I'm going to give you these prompts. You would fill out these 4 questions. And then I'm also going to share this prompt with you. It says, this is what you would input into ChatGPT. Write me a 3-sentence customer avatar blurb with this information. We literally copy and paste our responses there, and it creates this blurb. Steakhouse Sam is a true barbecue enthusiast, regularly grilling meat at Southern cookouts while his favorite American football game blares in the background. He is a community staple, often seen attending tailgate parties or pursuing local markets and trade shows, always seeking the best ingredients for his next barbecue feast. He values quick, easy, delicious meals that emulate a steakhouse vibe. You get the idea. It's a pretty good blurb based on the input. Okay? And then we are going to ask ChatGPT to eventually create us some hooks. So you would take your avatar blurb and just get ready to paste it, but you got the blurb here. Next, we need one more thing that you need to write up. We need to describe your product, and you need to include 1 brand attribute in your description and 1 function attribute. So if we describe Reed's Italian dressing, we could say the product is Italian dressing and marinade. That's it. That pretty much defines it. But we included a brand attribute. It's made by an American family-owned small business. And we went a step further and included a function attribute that can be used for not just salad, but marinating meat, pickling, and dipping sauce. All right, so that's your assignment. And we're going to use this, believe it or not, to create the before and after grid. All right. So as long as you have a blurb about your avatar and you describe the product, we're going to be able to use ChatGPT to create that full before and after grid. All right. And I have these prompts for you. I will be sharing them at the end. But this is the prompt that we put into ChatGPT. We say, you're making a detailed before and after grid that is brainstorming the state of a customer before and after they buy a specific product. Here's the avatar, paste your blurb. Here's the product, paste your product description that we just did. And then we gave instructions to ChatGPT to structure the response in a table. 3 columns, 6 rows. It's going to be have, feel, average day, status, good versus evil. And then we just defined in our prompt what each is. Have, right? It's going to be, here's an explanation for each of the categories. Have, what the customer has. Feel, what the customer feels like. Average day, what the customer's average day looks like. You get the idea. Okay? And then as long as you have the avatar and the product and this prompt, it's going to produce a before and after grid for you. And guess what? This before and after grid that I'm showing you right now is the exact one that I showed you at the start of this presentation when we created that before and after grid. Nobody made that manually. I was just showing you the exact output from ChatGPT. So if you were listening to that as I was going through it and thinking, wow, these aren't like the most genius responses I've ever seen, that wasn't the point. We wanted to intentionally create all of the content assets with ChatGPT just to show you that it doesn't need to be rocket science. In fact, for Reed's Italian Dressing, we used a free Shopify theme. All the photos and videos were made with a cell phone, and all of the copy was made with ChatGPT for the website, for their emails, and for their ads. Just to demonstrate that if a Shopify store is oozing with validation and proof of concept, and they can prove that people love that product, it's not going to be rocket science to scale the store. We could do it with a free theme, cell phone videos, and ChatGPT. So this is the exact before and after grid I showed you earlier. And now you have the formula and the prompts I'm going to be giving you to create your own before and after grid in ChatGPT. All right. But now we need to create hooks. Remember, we create the before and after grid. Now we need to pull hooks from that. So we put a prompt like this. It says, using the information in the above before and after grid, pull out 15 hooks. We're going to use these hooks in paid advertising, website copy, emails. The goal of the hook is to win the customer's attention. None of the hooks should reveal what the product does. We just want to speak to a pain point or a desire. The goal is to captivate our customers, stop them in their tracks to win their attention. And we want 15 hooks. We want 5 that are written as a statement, 5 as a question, 5 as a challenge to their undesirable state. So ChatGPT produces our 15 responses. And from there, we're going to pull a few that we like a lot, right? So this one here, become the undisputed king of the barbecue pit. That was a hook that was all about status that we got from the before and after grid that ChatGPT created. Dare to adventure beyond run-of-the-mill barbecue seasonings. Got that right out of the have box. Experience the thrill at your next barbecue. Speaking to the average day. Okay, so we pull out our favorite ones from this exercise. And step 2, so we have our hook, right? I just gave you the prompt. You input the avatar blurb in the product description. It creates you a before and after grid, and then you pull hooks from that. So we have our hooks, but now we need the TBAF value attributes. So to flush these out, these are about your business. They're not about the customer anymore. So we need inputs based on customer feedback. So that's what we do. We're going to create the TBAF value attributes based on what people love about us the most. So with Reed's Italian Dressing, and I hope you have enough testimonials to do this as well, we're just going to pull some testimonials and put them into ChatGPT. And this is the prompt. Based on these 50 testimonials below, what are the top 10 reasons people are buying our salad dressing? So we just copy and paste 50 testimonials. And then we get an output from ChatGPT that says this. It says, based on the testimonials provided, here are the top 10 reasons people are buying your salad dressing. Great taste, versatility, low calorie, convenience, right? And you could see when we pull, we're going to take the TBAF value attributes right out of here. And what are they? Bulk ordering. That's a transaction attribute. They like the option to bundle. They liked that it was a family business. They appreciate supporting a family business. That's a brand attribute. They also liked word of mouth. A lot of people were telling them about it. So third-party endorsements. Those are influence attributes. They liked the versatility. Not only great for salad, but as a marinade for meat and finish for veggies. That's a function attribute. So based on what customers love about us, we can pull those value attributes that they are liking the most. Okay? And step 3, now we got to input this 5-part offer stack formula into ChatGPT to create copy for ads, emails, and landing pages. Well, we created the hooks with ChatGPT. We pulled the TBAF value attributes from those testimonials with ChatGPT. Now we're going to throw them into this sheet that combines the hooks with the TBAF value attributes. So literally everything that I was showing you earlier, it was all done with ChatGPT. If you remember, these were the exact examples I showed earlier. Now, the next prompt we're going to do is we're going to take that offer stack from the last slide. We're going to input it into ChatGPT to create Facebook ads and emails and landing page content too. So the prompt would be, this is the avatar. There's our avatar blurb. The instruction is create a Facebook ad for a Shopify store that sells Italian dressing to the above avatar using the following ingredients. We got a hook, function attribute, brand, influence, transaction. And then at the end, we just give one last instruction: format the ad for Facebook, include a body copy, a headline, a description, and a call to action. Make it concise but fun, keep it under 250 words, and it produces this nice, well-structured and organized Facebook ad. And we got all of our ingredients in there. Okay. And now we want to go and create a marketing email. We use a very similar prompt as the last one, but now we just say create a marketing email for a Shopify store that sells this. Here's the offer stack formula. And the last instruction slightly different. It says format the email for Klaviyo, include a subject line, preview text, a compelling opening hook, body copy, and a call to action. Make it concise but fun and keep it under 250 words. And it's going to produce a Klaviyo email for us. All right. And remember, of course, when you first input the ingredients, it's going to produce an ad for you. It's going to produce email or landing page copy. It's going to be up to you to kind of go through it and fine tune it and tweak it and revise it. But this gives you a phenomenal head start. As you could see, we use these prompts, we created these answers, and all of the marketing assets I showed you today were from this process. Okay. And that's the rinse and repeat process. You're going to come up with the different offer stack ingredients. You're going to test different variations. You're going to validate which ones work. And then you're going to scale the winners, those winning omelets, to the moon. And that's precisely what we did. Okay. And now you have the award-winning formula too. Congrats. I really, really hope that you go and use this in the real world. And next, I just want to make sure that you have the prompts for ChatGPT. Just go over to our Instagram account, follow us over at Merchant Mastery, and send us a direct message. Just send AI. Send us a direct message that says AI. There's an automation set up. It'll automatically get the prompts in your hands. And if you want to follow me on Instagram or want to connect with me, it's at Scott John Cunningham. That's my Instagram account. Or shoot me an email, scott@merchantmastery.io. If you implemented this and you had some success or you just want to chat further, I'm open to doing that. Thanks so much for tuning in today. My goal is that anyone who watched this actually implements it. Go in the real world, get some sales with this new formula, and you'll be well on your way to success. Enjoy the rest of the conference, and I hope to see you again soon.